All right, and looks like we're a little quick on the trigger here. Looks like they go ahead and got started. Not a problem at all. We're jumping right into the action here. So this is round 3, the battle of the 2-0s. We've got Johnholio on the bottom, and we've got Major, Major, Major on the top. Now, interesting to note, we did not take a chance to look at the deck list before this round, but these are the 2 competitors who are using 2 faction decks. Most of the competitors, the other 8, are all playing 3 faction or more decks. These are the 2 with the more streamlined, more aggressive 2 faction decks. So you've got Johnholio on straight Argenport, and you've got Major on straight Rakano. So see if that says anything about the 2 2-0s being the 2 faction decks. Looks like Major's got a 8-6 flying Rakano Artisan thanks to Inquisitor's Blade, dealing some serious damage to Johnholio here, down to 12 already. But Johnholio's got quite the board coming back at him, coming back at the opponent who's at 16 and has an Unseen Commando, which is gaining at least 3 life a turn here. But not long for this world, as Major's going to go ahead and fire off the torch to get rid of the Commando. I believe that's the first torch we've seen tonight. After 2 weeks ago seeing the Pauper tournament where it was full of torches, we're going to go ahead and bolt that, torch that Commando down right away, preventing that lifesteal and making it a 2-turn clock for this Rakano Artisan. Notably, because the Rakano Artisan is a fire and justice unit, it cannot be annihilated because it's a single faction. It also cannot be suffocated because it does not have 3 power or less. Going to go ahead and put the door knocker for double damage, and Major is going to make that a 9 power double damage, deal 18 to Johnholio, and just like that, game number 1 goes to Major, Major, Major. To be fair, Scrabble Dude, each deck can only have 1 torch. That is very true. That is a good point. That is a big difference from the previous deck. I'm curious how many of these decks are playing torch. I'm sure the fire decks are, but in that aggressive sense, these are 2 of probably the more aggressive decks, if not the 2 most aggressive decks in the tournament tonight. So fun to see the 2 aggressive decks here at 2-0. All right, looking at Johnholio, this is going into game 2. He is down, or there, get down a game here. Not a bad starting hand here. See if they throw this one back. You got both power that you need, and you got some 2-drops in Seraph and Instigator and a 3-drop. They do toss that back for a 4-power hand with Annihilate, Seek Answers, and Necessary Measures, 2 removal spells, and a Seek Answers. I'm not convinced that that hand is even better, and they're actually going to go to 6. They're going to go down to 6. Now they do not have any Justice in hand with just an Ikaria and a Hojen. It's a little late. Hindsight's always 20/20, but what do you in chat? What do you all think of that first hand? Would you have kept that first hand? Obviously, try to be as objective as possible seeing the result, but would you have kept that initial hand? I'll go ahead and lead with the depleted power first. They're really praying to draw a Justice Sigil here. Again, this is a win and in. The winner of this is definitely in the top 4. I'm going to go ahead and play their second Shadow, run out either the Assassin or the Black Hall War Leader. I'm going to run out the War Leader first. Hope there's no removal for this. Be able to get in with a couple hits. Axe Sharpener, 2/3, Entomb, create and draw a copy of each weapon that Axe Wielder was holding. Pretty good when Major's deck has quite a bit of weapons on there. Major's going to go ahead and shift Embargo Officer. So we haven't seen too much shift tonight. Shift is you can play the unit shifted. It can't be targeted, can't be blocked, can't be attacked for 3 turns, and then it's unblockable when it comes out. Johnholio is going to attack the War Leader in. Going to call out, see if they'll block with Axe Sharpener. Major does block, does not get the pump on Black Hole War Leader. Go ahead and follow up with an Assassin. Nice chump check there. It's me. Yeah, I thought both 7s were good against the Rakano deck. I agree. I think it's close. I think you can see it either way, but I agree. I'm sure John was looking for a slightly better hand and disappointed at having to go to 6, of course. But all right, Major's going to go ahead and block and play the defensive Finest Hour to eat the War Leader. Going to take the 2 damage for the Assassin, and Johnholio is going to fire off Seek for Answers, and I'm sure they're selecting power. They are. And they get the Justice from the random power. So helpful there to be able to cast their spells. Now, of course, Ikaria is double Justice, so still can't cast Ikaria, but can go ahead and play that Crown Breaker here. And if you can trigger Renown on that, can get the Justice Sigil there. Pristine Light, also double justice, so we're not seeing it quite yet, but it's going to kill each unit with 4 power or more. Notably, none of Major's units have 4 power. Got a 2-3, a shifted 2-1, and a 1-1 right now. John going to attack in with the 2-2 Assassin. That is a 2-2 with Deadly and Warcry. And Major's going to go ahead and make that trade with their 2-3. So pretty vanilla board actually right now. Major's got plays the second power, is able to pump the Champion of Glory up to a 3-3 Endurance Quick Draw. Major's going to go ahead and follow up with their Ikaria of their own. Let's see. And they do. They draw the Argenport Insignia off the top of the deck, being able to both pump the Crownbreaker as well as play Ikaria this turn and have access to Pristine Light later. That's a good reason, actually, to play 2 factions here. Those Insignias. Those Insignias are very powerful powers. So to be able to stick to 2 factions and be able to play those helps the mana bases a lot, for sure. John's going to go ahead and play the Ikaria and activate in the same turn to get that 3rd Justice Sigil, ramp them up, and you get back into it. Now, only 1 power away from Diesel's Office, an extremely powerful site, and at 24 health. And notably, Major is stuck on the 3 power. Almost didn't even notice because of how many units they've been able to play, but has been stuck on 3 power to Johnholio's 6. Major's going to go ahead, use the Onslaught to play a +1/+1 weapon on Ikaria, and then follow up with a Valkyrie Enforcer, which is going to silence the Hojin. We made to a vanilla 2-1. Necessary measures. Cast by Johnholio here. Thanks to the Embargo Officer, cards can't leave markets or voids. Something to note there. That's why you see this little blue hovered around the voids and around the market button here. So this Pristine Light, extremely powerful card. Kill each unit with 4 power or more. Yeah, absolutely. Silencing that Hojin was pretty key. And it's a pretty even board here. Now, Major looks to be slight advantage on the board, having the better units, but Johnholio has the power advantage and has some powerful cards in hand. So, very close here. Now, Johnholio goes and gets a Merchant, a 2-2 flyer. Now, notably, because we talked about this, Embargo Officer, cards cannot leave the markets currently. Odd choice. Now, they're probably going to have to take that out. Take out the Embargo Officer before they play that. And that's a lot of damage for Major. It's going to come in with 9 there, and then play the Groundbreaker as well to give it double damage with the Spark. And they may have forgotten the text on Embargo Officer. It's not obvious. Definitely could have forgotten that. Going to go ahead and play Vara here. That is a very good card, but Groundbreaker says the enemy player cannot gain life. So although Vara has lifesteal, really just a 5/5 at this point. Now the interesting, what does Major sack here, if anything? Can sack a unit if they would like, but the lifesteal is not relevant on Vara right now. They're not going to sack anything. They're going to make Vara 7/7 deadly. Again, the lifesteal does not matter because the enemy player can't gain life thanks to the Groundbreaker. Attack in with everything, including the Embargo Officer. So if they can survive this turn, they might be able to get the Merchant. Oh, but Burnout by Major is going to sacrifice a unit to deal 5 damage directly to the face, and is going to take out Johnholio 2-0. Well played again by Major. That is 2 rounds in a row we've seen Major play very well, very smoothly, and is going to go ahead and 3-0 and secure their spot in the top